Easy for me to look at OG and see what they want to do. They got a lot of nice team fighting tools, but talk to me about G2 Esports. What can we expect kind of early to mid game?
So for G2, it's really important to make sure that Caps is able to hold on to the summoner's spell. Whenever they're going to go into a big team fight, they're going to have to need kog'maw to have his flash up, as well as Ashe, ideally, as well as Kennen. If all those flashes are up, it would be able to use kog'maw's and Ashe's flash defensively, and then reinitiate with a Kennen flash.
Mana that he needs to pull this dive off. Wunder losing a decent amount of HP as predicted from the seismic shard spam, and Xerxe is in the area, but he's definitely not going to win out of the 1v1. A quick payoff to the bottom lane. His upset's now going to be in trouble. Perk's trying to fire back a little bit, but Mykix slowed up. 2 stacks going to connect. Will not find the third, and have to look at that top side. The dive may be happening, and this would be a very unfortunate recall timing. Xerxe just keeps channel it, just trying to make sure.
Do you think, Whippo, there's risk of the teleports coming in? Because obviously you have a TP advantage to Origen, but if this, like, if you pull the teleport on Upset and Nukeduck bulking up?
Well, the thing is that honestly, in this type of matchup, Kennen... Oh, there's a gank call.
Hold that thought. Slow going to come in. The follow up there on the Storm. Wunder got good follow up damage. Alphari now in trouble. The stun connects. Jankos will flash out just in time. First blood secured for G2.
Dirty damage. Continue, Whippo.
That's the Volibear base damage. You can see that he's being level 5.
One in on the bottom side, and G2 going to get the first objective of the game relatively uncontested here.
Is Whippo still there?
Yeah, I am. And it's pretty
Perfect.
surprising. That just created a situation where they don't even get the dragon to trade at all. If you're not intending to take the Herald, then please just stay bottom side, take your plates, take your dragon.
And then on the champions that Origen have selected here, that with the scaling potential of like a Senna, how their comp plays out.
Hold that thought, because apparently we're going to have a big game-defining play here. We'll see what the breakdown is after this, and that's going to be Perks on the backside, getting knocked low. The heal not nearly enough, and now Wunder comes in, but it might be too little too late. Just has to flash out to safety. Volibear alting away, and OG showing up just in time. Whippo, is that what you were waiting for?
Well, Perks had no flash, and as you can see, one bit.
Absolutely hasn't. All right. Thank you so much, Whippo, for sharing your insight with us. So we hope to have you back soon here on the caster desk. In the meantime, good luck with your games tomorrow, and Frosk and I will continue from here.
Thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoy the cast and have a wonderful day.
Bye, Whippo.
Bye.
Bye.
I miss him already.
I know, me too.
It was Christmas.
It was Christmas.
Sort of piece of content. You just kind of lean back, cruise control.
Relax.
Oh, wait, we're
just
going
like
fast.
Upset was doing there as he got hit in the face by that Ashe arrow. And now the Tahm Kench is going to come in. He's just going to gobble him right up. Oh, never mind. Jactroll caught in enemy territory, getting pulled away. And so one thing that we took a step away from Froskurinn is kind of
trade for Destiny to Jactroll was necessarily about who can play Tahm Kench better. Maybe an unpopular opinion, Destiny doesn't play that many champions. He's a very small champion pool, and I say that because I watched him play.
Got a small gold lead, nothing too significant in exchange for G2's Dragon lead, but the Wombo comp here on the side of OG. Clear expectations set on the side of G2, though. They want to kick things off before the Wombo can come together. kog'maw layering down some damage there on the backside. Jactroll now locked up, but he goes gold, and Jankos going to be in trouble. Shockwave coming over the wall from Nukeduck is nice, but now Wunder's on the way, and he has no flash, and still gonna lock up, find 1 kill back in exchange. Perks, though, now the one in trouble. Oh, this is the nightmare of every AD carry. He doesn't have a support. He's just gonna get walked down by the Malphite. Oh, and the emote BM to follow up. I love it.
Hit him with the penguin. Yeah, Ashe into Malphite. That's never gonna be a fun time. We talked about how Alphari, well, Whippo talks about how Alphari was not gonna have fun in the lane phase, but would get his revenge in team fights. Speaking of revenge, here's Upset and Xerxe. Seeing if they can lock down Wunder. No flash on Kennen.
Look at his revenge in a side lane as well. Notice that Upset is just staying very far back. Does not want to get caught out in the ultimate here. Still, Wunder's going to leap forward. He's got good damage. He clears the entire creep wave. If he's got a little bit more, not enough. Healing up there with the piercing darkness from Upset means he will walk away. So 2 very good picks coming in. So you go from poking from a short range to poking from a ludicrously long range by level 16. So while OG certainly can pull the trigger, can get in close, and can make those all so much harder for Perks and Caps specifically.
Can't necessarily remember. I'd have to go back to the draft to see who was picked first, Nautilus or Kench. I have a feeling that Nautilus was picked first.
It was. Going through there. Pulling back, though. Now moving from Wunder, though. He's been exhausted. He's going to be able to stun a few members, but now he's isolated. Does not have the Zanyas. The pullback is clean from Nukeduck, and Alphari's now on a rampage. Caps has been comfortable in this game. Perks gets to farm on a side lane, but in the meantime, OG are just routing G2 in fight after fight. 29k to 31.6.
Oh, Perks, is he going to get out?
Oh, that's the ward. The denial on the recall. Oh, here comes Alphari. Shamrock. No 4-leaf clover for Perks today. That is just plain Nukeduck's flash, but I don't think too consequential. We'll allow them to break mid lane tower, but OG, and specifically Alphari, kind of having a field day this game. After that early Kennen lane phase, I like that Whippo pointed out. He's like, hey, Malphite's fine with this lane, because as someone who looks at that range advantage, I assume that Kennen's just going to smash, but we're seeing here now in the mid game, Malphite is absolutely taking over, and Jankos is, well, he's invested in some property here in the OG jungle, but oof, rough neighborhood, not where he wanted to be.
Those are not the returns that he was looking for on that property. Yeah, it's not great. Perk's still without flash, so needs to be careful. Oh, no.
Mickey is going to get caught out and taken down here. Upset on a killing spree.
It was congratulations for surviving the tier kog'maw lane phase. I will give credit that, yes, Nukeduck has had some rough games, and this game hasn't looked rough, but I also don't think that he had, you know, the year of the duck.
It's just... we're not going that far. Calm down. One game is just to put us right back on the train. That's when kog'maw like reigns supreme. He gets to poke for free without really having to commit. Yes, Flippo, you did experience your first catcher curse. Of course, we'll have to find out. Certainly thought that your team lost in the game that they ended up winning.
Where they can open up different win conditions for them. You know, at what cost does it pay to go slow? Yeah, their composition feels really good and scales decently well. Felt like, again, some of that indecisiveness about what they were going to do, and that might be the defensive Malphite ultimate in a second.
He's barely clipping him, but Alphari's not scared. He's going to continue forward. The Tahm Kench now, the semi-global power here, going to be a big deal. They've managed to turn that one back, and they burned Jankos' ultimate. Good patience comes in from Alphari. Of course, only level 14. But still feeling pretty good on that one. Mickey on the way in. Jankos has already used his ultimate. Xerxe coming to cover as well. In the meantime, Wunder just picking up what farm he can on the bottom side. He is level 15. This is just kill, but now Nukeduck playing very aggressive, forcing Jankos back.
I think Origen should actually be on the Baron when Nukeduck's doing that. The issue is I don't think that ward was right there. I don't know if they exactly had eyes on Caps, because the control ward that he just teleported onto tells me no. But if they did have eyes that Caps was using his back,
well, Caps
maybe
is
they
in trouble now. Cataclysm comes out. Caps is going to just get shredded here. Shut down now for Upset. Nothing he could do there. Holds onto the flash here. Knows that he's doomed. Does not want to burn it.
But also just a huge mistake from Caps.
Don't really have any chances to respond. We'll see if the hawk shot comes out from Perks to get a bit more vision of the area. But as Alphari wanders his way into the mid lane, it's very clear that there is nothing that G2 can do to stop this one. An OG 6K in the lead. They are set to take this game if G2 cannot find a miracle fight.
Composition has is that it's very unsafe for Perks to go anywhere to try to extend and find goals. And so he's basically depleting the jungle entirely, trying to reach those.
And I like how far forward we can see Upset stepping, knowing that he has the Devour to keep him safe. He just wants to keep poking down, but he has now been caught out. Devour burned. If G2 find the re-engage here, it could mean trouble. Tahm Kench, of course, slowing himself means it's that much easier to connect any kind of damage. But Wunder is essentially tickling Alphari. Just now has the Void Staff, would have to fully commit if he really wants to take anything away from that Malphite health bar, but it is just not worth it. So Xerxe is going to ferry in a wave in the mid lane. Now looking at that mid lane inhib tower. Alphari will break an inhib in the bottom side, and OG are very much set to close the game here. Commanding performance from them in the mid game.
Point. And now he's trying to set up, finding a potential R here. Caps is in big trouble.
Yes, he most certainly is.
He has flash.
Big ult. The sidestep is there. Caps, good patience, doesn't give it up.
But also, Alphari didn't pressure it at all.
No, and similarly, Upset is just stepping so far forward because he has no reason to be afraid. Wunder has to commit a flash to get on top of him, so he can just play this one out nice and slow, use that Glacial to keep people at an arm's length, and just keep waiting for Rapid Fire Cannon to be back up so he can poke. Of course, while they're grouped up, while they're fighting in the base like this, they are at the whim of Caps and this poke damage coming down. Eyes on Alphari, that ult can be massive, as can the Orianna. Nukeduck waiting over the wall. He is going to catch Wunder. The follow from Alphari is clean. The exhaust comes down. They have to make it out, and they manage to take down the Kennen before he can ult. He died with flash available, and that most certainly should be the fight, but the damage from Caps is disgusting. Upset now in trouble. Low cooldown. Has to be careful here, has to wait, has to bide his time, needs to clear these waves, but Upset continuing to step forward. Banshee's now procced for Nukeduck, ult not available for Perks. Jankos has his. Maybe they can try to get something kicked off, but Alphari simply too tanky. Cap's taking a lot of damage, finally uses the flash, but Alphari, he's got that ult back up. Thank you, Cloud Soul. But now Nukeduck caught behind enemy lines, the kog'maw passive value being maximized, but it just does not matter. The rest of OG are now descending. They need to buy space for Perks, but no, OG will not take the fight. They will take the game, they will take the Nexus, and they will take down G2 Esports in style.
Big hugs there from Upset and Jactroll on the very end. But of course, this man closest to you on screen, Alphari, I think is really the star.